This company is from Lausanne, Switzerland, and it's Iskander Pols and Edvard Lambla. So come on out and tell us about Smallrivers.
Okay, hello everybody. With Paperly, everyone is a publisher. Everyone can turn Twitter and now Facebook to start into online newspapers. So it's about curation, it is about easy discovery of content, it is about smart filtering of the massive content we have on the web right now. Why have we started this? Let me show you something. Iskander, can you search for what have been shared around the climate hashtag on Twitter during these last 24 hours? This is an endless stream. We are all sure that somewhere here might have a very interesting content for me and very interesting people to discover. So the user experience here in this very example is not so perfect. So now let's see how Paperly can make it right. So we go for climate on the Twitter stream, and this is the result. What we're doing here, Paperly looks for all the links shared, follows this link, read all these pages, analyze these pages semantically, rank this content, and organize all this content in an easy to read and browse manner. It is all about content discovery. All this content, for the most important ones, are placed on the home page, on the headlines page, the front page of the paper. All the other content is organized into topics. Tweets and Facebook's messages are replaced into context. We are archiving the most important content over the days, and the entire paper group and people is searchable over time, keyword-based. So this is what we're doing. Once the paper is created, like this one, it is updated automatically every day or twice a day, and you can create papers around keywords, around hashtags, around words, you name it. Where are we now? We've launched 4 months ago, discreetly, and we have over 120,000 newspapers created so far. 1,000 newspaper is created every day now. We are used in 200 countries. We are operating in 4 languages, and we've passed the 2 million uniques. Where are we heading now?
All right. Now that we know that Paperly is all about enabling everyone to become a publisher, I can tell you that we expect millions of users to start curating the news social style using our platform. Now, how are we going to get there? Here are some milestones that we see ahead of us. One is geographical expansion. This means making Paperly proficient in other languages such as Japanese and Chinese, and we are currently establishing relationships locally to do that. 2, it's become truly multi-device. This means support for mobile phones, smartphones, tablets such as the iPad. 3, it's launching premium features, which will enable users to take ownership of what they can do with the paper, more customization options, and even make money with their papers. And 4 is opening up the platform to integrate third-party services, which are already knocking on the door to get integrated into Paperly, as well as supporting other feeds outside of Twitter and Facebook to offer users more content from which they can draw content items for their papers. Quick word about the competition. Brian Solis put us on the social creation part of his conversational graph, which means that the competition is currently being defined as we speak. I think our main advantage here is the ease with which users can create content pages which are updated automatically. Ed?
So we're a tiny team of 6. The good news is that we were 3 2 months ago, so we're growing. We're generating quite energizing traction over there, and not only from users, but also from media, corporations, brands, PR agencies, you name it, small businesses willing to do business out of their curation world. So this is where we're heading, and this is the story of Paperly. Thank you.
So when I see in my Twitter stream the David Hornik Daily is here, you guys are the ones powering that one. Is that right?
Yeah, this is an example, so you can make a paper around your stream, but more and more people are doing paper around keywords and other things. And we have schools, we have groups, we have even politicians in Washington using Paperly as a center of resource of content. So a lot of different ways on Facebook and Twitter.
Did I miss a part about how you make money?
Freemium model. Yeah, no, you didn't miss. We haven't talked about it. Freemium. So this is the free part of it.
You're so picky. You want them to make money too? They're trying to build something beautiful here.
We have the traffic is monetized by the ad now, which is working quite well because the content is really already organized into topics and really tight topics. So the ad networks are doing a great job here. But we will add a premium layer beginning next year, which will enable you to make even more customization and get rid of the ad in order to replace whatever you want in it and make a little business out of your curating work.
You mentioned that you rank the content. How do you rank the content based on what?
Okay, there's about a dozen different criteria that are taken into account when looking at content. So it means from where it is coming, to whom it is destined, how does it fit into the overall group of people that are tweeting about a certain aspect or subject. So there's the semantic part of it, which is taken into account. So every URL is analyzed semantically. So this also helps us to define what is a subject being talked about and how does it fit in with what the rest of the group is talking about. So all of these things are put together, and a bit of our own magic filters and ranks these content into the newspaper.
So I love what you guys are doing. The thing I'm most interested to understand is Twitter, I believe, is moving in this direction, right? I believe they're going to focus on a reputation layer. They're going to develop some curation. They talk a lot about publishing more and more. And is the vision for this ultimately to become a destination? Meaning, do you want to be a new distribution method for content creators and for publishers, whether they be individuals or the New York Times, Yahoo Sports, what have you? Or is this more of a proof of concept in the consumer experience that you want to then package and license to the New York Times, Yahoo, and other media creators?
No, I think both venues are definitely a possibility. We're exploring both. We are working with certain traditional media because they contacted us to see how they could integrate the Paperly experience on their own websites. But I think that what we're seeing now is clearly that users want and like to create something of their own. So it's imagine someone that's an expert about its subject. We want to offer that person many different feeds from which he can curate, start filtering that information and present it into an easy-to-read format for himself, but also for other users. This is where the destination is important.
Right. So my interest in LeBron James and my feed about that as being a LeBron James expert becomes a page in the LeBron James paper?
Yes, it can. And again, the interesting thing is not to make something that is only for you, in which case we would become a reader. We are a publisher, so it's making something that could be of interest to many more people.
So, it's an interesting challenge for publishers today because they're creating content, and then folks like yourselves are pulling that content into these atomized experiences. So, do you feel like this is a path towards becoming a harder life for the publishers, or are you going to drive traffic to publishers and therefore try and help their business model?
Paperly is not a reading experience in itself. So we're not showing the content, we're showing part of it just to lead people back to facilitate the discovery of this content. So there is no fair use issue here. I was in New York yesterday just for this. We had discussions with editors, and this is clean enough. The idea is really to to make some content more easily floated on top of the content because it is of interest to you, reader. So we lead content to these guys.
Last question. I saw a like button at the top of the newspaper. When I like it, do you then publish directly to my newsfeed on Facebook?
If you like it,
Yeah.
it will be published in your newsfeed, yeah. It was, the like of this paper will be in your wall.
You're doing OG push,
Yeah,
open graph.
you've
Awesome.
seen this. This
Yeah.
is your button.
Yeah, very good. No, I just want to make sure you were
Thank
doing
you
that.
very much for this, then. Yeah.
All right. Now you have the Facebook vote. So. Anything else? All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.